Some people find it easier to design for Retina first and then scale down. Personally, I've always found the opposite easier, but that's due to me designing exclusively non-Retina first and then training my eye for that. If you're using Sketch, you're creating vector artwork that's able to be exported at whatever resolution you choose. Another great tick in favour of Sketch. Non-Retina screens are gradually being phased out in favour of new devices. However, it's still important that you design for non-Retina as well. The two sets of artwork are named. For example, background.png would become background@2x.png. The @2x convention is standard for all Retina display artwork. This means any figures you see displayed for pixel sizes of text or icon imagery also double up. So a standard 57 by 57 icon becomes 114 by 114. The one thing you must watch out for, though, is the use of patterns within your artwork. If you're following the flat trend, then this won't apply to you. However, if you choose to use patterns, be aware that they will need recreating at Retina sizes. Patterns do not naturally scale very well unless you've created them as vector artwork, which is unlikely. There is a gotcha that sometimes takes many designers by surprise, even seasoned ones. You've got to be careful that your assets, that's your graphics that are exported for the iOS application, are a size that can easily be divided by 2. This is imperative for seamless transitioning between Retina and non-Retina artwork. Retina artwork is exactly double the pixel size of non-Retina artwork. Okay, so going back into our artwork that we've just produced in the previous step, a really important part of designing for iOS is making sure that your icons and any exported assets are suitable for Retina or non-Retina use, and that is the double size artwork for Retina screens. So what we need to go through and check is that in our artwork we have icons or assets that are able to be divided or multiplied by 2. So I'm going to go ahead and just take a look at some of these icons within our app design. As you can see here, it's 33 by 33. Now we are at Retina-sized artwork right now, which means that anything that we have as a figure here needs to be able to be divided exactly by 2. The problem with this is, and the reason we do this, is because otherwise we end up with half pixels. So dividing that is going to leave us with a half pixel, which will render artwork blurry at non-Retina versions. So we need to go ahead and make sure that this is set to a dividable number. So 30 by 30 is suitable for that. And then we're just going to align that again using these tools at the top here. We're just going to go through and check all of our assets that will be exported as icons. So I'm going to have a check on this. So as you can see here, that one's absolutely fine because it's 30 by 30. Dividing that in 2 equals 15 for non-Retina artwork. Having a look at these icons again, we're using a similar value, 30 by 30, 28 by 28. So it's a good thing to just go through and check that you have actually made all the assets the same size as well. So this is 31, 31. So we just need to double check that these are all exactly the same size. There's 2 ways of exporting artwork, which we'll go into later. But this is a really good practice to get into because if you export even via Photoshop and you trim the pixels away from anything, it means that the sizes that you have depicted here will be the exact size that your artwork saves at. So it's really important that you go through and you just double check that all of the assets that can be exported are a number that can be divided by 2. Or if you're working in non-Retina artwork first, which means that your sizes will be smaller, you need to ensure that they can be multiplied by 2 for seamless zooming in of your artwork.